Hello, welcome to Climbers Gambit, week 4 for this. The race was on Leith Hill. The climb was Leith Hill this week. Yeah, we had a pretty big lead in through London. It was on the, as you can see, on the greatest London loop. Had it first a big, nice warm up of. Here I started recording. I was joined by my colleague, by my fellow herd member Connor E. Uh, Unfortunately, we were the only two ones in the race at the moment. Yeah, Climbers Gambit has been hit hard with the Swift cleanup that happened last weekend. Yeah, all 6 slots were moved off the public calendar and into the club events. I'm doing race slots to the 2 p.m. Central European time slots. The past 2 weeks, that's like 25 plus finishers in game, and you can see we have 2. So yeah, taking a toll. Had a nice lead in on this course with Connor. We were talking strategies. I was coming back from illness at this moment. I was not this past week, but the weekend before I was 4 days sick with the flu, and didn't ride my bike for about 6 days. So we could really feel it on last week on the races that I did. I tried to do a Climbers Gambit last weekend on the Skur North, but I could feel it. It was just 2 days after the symptoms of the flu went away. So yeah, didn't have that same power. So still did this week some more endurance work uh, to see to spin the legs. Um, and get some power, see how it goes. There was a bit of climbing. You can see on the minimap on the profile out of London, there was a bit of climbing, so I upped the power a bit till that threshold. The thing is just to see where how the legs were feeling, and they were feeling pretty great at that moment. Uh, you can see Connor stopping. He decided, since he's no part of the GC hasn't done any other Climbers Gambit this series. He said he wanted to pace me up. Plan my best power up PB was 8:30 at around 2:37, but it was potentially, if I wasn't a good day, aiming for 240 watts to 50 watts, which is around the 3.3, 3.4 watts per kilo for me at this moment. I'm about 73 kilos, although I think my in-game weight is still set at 75 here. We're about to start to climb up the power. I could say the first section of the climb was still pretty good found a pretty good rhythm, pretty good pace. It was close to that 240 to 50 watts constantly. So did help that Connor was besides me, having somebody else around who really motivated to keep going. Although in the later parts that it became more difficult. Yeah, here we're still a bit on the lower slopes. Still, yeah, it's again 7%, but you can see on the profile on the climb graph, it's a lot of reds going up to 10% in lots of climbing, but it was still pretty feeling good. You can see my power was still pretty solid. The cadence was still pretty good for most of the climb. It was, but you can see the heart rate is getting up there. I think my max heart rate is around 180, 185, so, and 170 when I did the test last year with a coach. It was around 170 my threshold. So you can see that heart rate is getting up there, but still the power is still pretty good. About now, about say almost a K in the climb, almost halfway. And if you're wondering why I'm in the window mode at the moment, I usually use Source for Swift, so I have a lot of overlays. So that's why I'm on window mode. I decided to didn't to not use it for this climb. Power is still pretty good. I think we're about, yeah, 800 meters to go. You can see the blue appearing there at the top, meaning we're getting close to the finish. So a big ramp, then it flattens out a bit, and then a final ramp. But here you can see I'm starting to struggle a bit. It's much more variation in my power. I still was trying to keep it up on those steep ramps. You can see 10%, but you see I'm dropping. Was aiming for 240, but you can see it dropping to 200 and below. Connor being an absolute classman, trying to match my pace, to be supportive as he could. So you see here, I'm really struggling at the moment. Dipping the power was going all over the places. Here was the first moment I was, yeah, about to say struggling, but you can see I'm struggling. I'm dropping the power to my zone 3, zone 2, but I'm trying to keep that pace still up at yeah, going really even in my dipping into my low zone 2 and zone 2 even, but still at the pretty good resilience. I still try to push it. You see the difference between that first section of the graph, lots of red, lots of orange, and here it's becoming more blue, greenish. Here on this flatter section, I think mentally it was ready. I think ready to throw it in the tile, but I decided to give it one last go on that final count to see if I can push it. Because you see, I lost a lot of time here going into my zone 1, zone 2, which you don't want to see. But yeah, legs could still feel that my legs weren't totally right here. See, I'm upping the power again up, so I could maybe squeeze the last bit of energy out of it. It's about a 300-meter ramp. That doesn't sound much, but you see the percentage, it's above 10%. But you see, I keep pushing it. I try to push it really hard. You see, my heart rate is up there, starting to see also on the minimap the KOM banner isn't that far. Yeah, here against some encouragement from Connor was maybe trying in. Yeah. I was really struggling at this moment, but you see, I'm still trying to give everything I had in the climb, but here, and again, dropping my mental thing, but again, pushing up, yeah. See, my was really a roller coaster at this point. Was really struggling, and but you see, I'm really behind that final bounce. You see it now and starting to kick it up one final time again. But my legs were screaming at the moment. Said I don't know why I dropped the power here to almost a coil still, but I think I just have that problem. But I don't. Yeah, these 2 or 3 seconds will make the difference anyways. Here you can see I'm crossing the line 9:03. It's about, I think, 30 seconds below my PB, and about more than a minute and a half behind one of my GC contenders that it's the race slot 1 slot. Yeah, I think here I'm gonna say to yeah, all in all, it was a hard climb, but yeah, I tried it everything. I said it here. Was typing at the moment to Connor to say what I said there that that the first part went pretty okay, but yeah, that's lost. I didn't have the power, the sustained power to keep it all the way going. You can see that for looking at those graphs, lots of this first section was really good, and then middle section felt off. Tried to push it at the end. Yeah, some good encouragement from Connor saying, pretty good effort for what it was. we'll do a bit of cooldown, so you can see it's mostly downhill. We'll do a bit of talk about. Decided to do to in game after the race. Decided to look at the graphs and how it went, to do a breakdown there as well. But enjoy the downhill now for now. Welcome after the race breakdown. Just finished the race. You can see yeah, was on the consent was on Hard Climbers Gambit on the Greatest London Loop with the Leith Hill, long lead in through London, and then up the to Surrey. A bit of like I said, here you can see some climbing at the start, and then the big Leith Hill climb. You can see the graph along leading through London, mostly zone 2, zone 3. A bit of the first section of the climbing, upping the power up to see how the legs were feeling again, and then the actual climb starts. You see a lot of reds. First section is on the voiceover. It was pretty good. Had a dip in the middle and tried to do it in the end a bit push it, but didn't have full legs. Tried to push it up the escalator also again. So yeah, pretty decent effort all considered. Yeah, and looking at those power graphs, yeah, pretty good power. You can see 225 all-time power for that effort, 250. So I'm not that far off of my best power, still 20 watts, but considering I was ill, see 20 to 30 watts for the entire rate for most of the length of effort. So all in all, was pretty pleased with this effort.